What's up, everyone? It's Carrie, a Nerdygirlcreates. Welcome back to Otaku Tuesday. And yes, I'm finally back after missing last week. But as you can see, we're missing some people on the panel because this civil is striking everybody hard again. But that's okay, because we've got some special guests with us today to talk about the Anime Awards from Crunchyroll, as well as some big anime announcements, and go over our top 5 mangas we feel deserve awards. But first, let's meet for the first time on our panel. Dan, how are you doing, Mr. Danotaz Media?
Hi, thank you for having me. We've done a collaboration before. We did like a JJK video before, but this is my first official time on Otaku Tuesday, so thank you for having me.
No problem. It's good to have you. And our favorite Bianca is back again this week. How are you doing, Bianca?
I'm unprepared.
That's okay. We always have one on the panel. Always one on the panel. So, you know.
Two.
But thank you for filling in last minute, Bianca. We do appreciate it. I know you were had some plans. Fortunately for me, fell through, right?
Yeah. It's like, your loss is my gain.
And of course, our favorite person, Bo, is back as well. And thank you, Bo, for hosting last week. Thankfully, my family medical emergency prevented me from hosting. But if I'm never on, you're going to trust that Bo is probably going to host for me. So.
Yep, I'm here. I got nothing else to do.
I know.
So it was fun. It's like we had a good time last week. Gonna have more fun tonight. So looking forward to it.
Right. Yep, definitely. Those Crunchyroll awards are... I have words.
And that's what we're going to get into right now, Dan. So why don't we talk about that? Because I saw some of this and I was just like, why?
I know.
I just kind of like, what do we start with? Anime of the year. Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2.
Look at those nominees.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Realize why I can't see. I don't have full screen on.
Oh, yeah, full screen, yeah.
You know what? I'm not super mad about this one.
Yeah.
Although I am kind of surprised because like given everything that's come out about like the behind the scenes of this, like all the animators and like staff abuse that happened behind the scenes, like during season 2, I am incredibly surprised that this still won Anime of the Year.
I would say
also I'm surprised it qualified because according to their rules, like second cours, and also any new anime that comes out in the in the fall season of 2024 should not count. So I'm really curious. Like maybe it's I don't know. Maybe it's because technically its core started before the fall season because technically its first core was only like 6 episodes.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah, you can always tell because that's when the second course starts because that's when they change the opening and ending.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay.
For me, I'm with you, Dan. I'm not terribly upset about this because season 2, the Shibuya arc. It was great. Best. Yeah, even the manga, I absolutely loved it. And I have words for what happens after the Shibuya arc, but this is like the best season of it. And putting that against Bocchi the Rock, Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, I felt like that the Swordsmith Village kind of fell off. I wasn't even rushing to go see it. Oshinoko, that was kind of hard to watch, and there wasn't a lot of.
I actually voted for Oshinoko, believe it or not.
I liked it, but I don't think a lot of people knew about it.
I didn't get a chance to vote.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible person.
Bad. Vinland Saga, great, but I don't think a lot of people knew about it or actually watched season 1.
There was a lot of coverage, believe it or not. Like,
was there?
There was. It's just the thing is that in the spring, Oshinoko got so big, it pretty much muffled out like all the other discussion. Like there were a bunch of shows that were getting talked about like a lot, like Hell's Paradise, Heavenly Delusion, like, but they were all just like that discussion was just kind of just muzzled out because of how big Ocean no Ko got.
Yeah. Okay, I can understand that because I did see that on Twitter. I mean, there were a bunch of talks about it, but then certain leaks. I don't know if they're real leaks or not, but certain things came out, and then all of a sudden, a lot of the hype just died off. So I don't know where it went. Maybe it's on hiatus or something. But yeah, I did really like the show and the manga so far. I just got in 2 of those on the last haul, so I cannot wait to catch up on that.
I'm missing that last one.
The number 5, I think it just dropped like last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm missing that. I saw it at Barnes & Noble, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to get... Like, it was... I was on a budget, so it was either that or Mal Volume 15, and I chose Mal Volume 15.
Hey, you got a lot of restraint, so I admire that, because it's hard to keep to a budget when it comes to manga.
Yeah. Plus, I'm like caught up with all the chapters. I've already read it, so it's like there's no rush.
I'm sorry, Bianca. What were you mouthing?
Unless you buy digital.
Nobody buys digital.
Here we go.
We know why.
That's $5 I'm saving, okay? $5 or more.
Well, actually, I do buy digital for some, like, mostly those that are unavailable, like, physically.
Right.
Like, Chihaya Furu is one.
I get that.
Yeah.
I had bought all my comics in one app. I can't even remember the name of it. It moved somewhere else. I think that's what it was. And then all of a sudden, they just went. They went out of business.
Amazon bought it.
Yeah, Amazon bought it. And then
Amazon bought it, and they just dumped all the digital.
Yeah.
Like, it's like if you had digital prior to Amazon buying it, it's gone. It's kind of like what's happening.
Yeah, you can buy some on Kindle, but if you're buying manga, I do recommend. I think Bookwalker is probably the best option. Like that's where I bought Chihaya Furu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just after that of losing all of it, I was like, never again. I will always be physical for me. I don't blame people doing digitals, but for me, that I'm just done with it because after you suffer a loss like that, it's hard to go back. I'm totally not behind on any anime manga. Of course you are.
I'm totally cut up with everything.
Now, on this next topic, this next award, I'm kind of mixed because I am a One Piece fan, but I was really not happy with the Wano arc. I felt like it was one of the weakest arcs of the series. Yeah, I was like, I think it dragged on too long. There was a lot of stuff that was set up they didn't follow through on, and I felt like Spy Family was better. And for them, like Spy Family, not.
I don't agree with Carrie. And I don't associate with Carrie. I disavow One Piece community. I'm
disavow me. God, I don't care.
Yeah.
Well,
I just felt like I don't know. It was like that was one of its longest arcs, and there was a lot they could have cut out, and there was other stuff they promised to get into, and they never got into. The same in the manga, and I was just kind of like, all right, you were saying this was Zoro's arc. It didn't really fit Zoro's arc, and
brace yourself because according to Oda, I heard that the next arc, the final arc, is going to be even longer.
At least, I mean, as long as it actually
or final saga, I should say.
Course, yeah, as long as it stays the course, because that's my problem with Wano. I felt like there was like so much other stuff they kept diving into, and I was like, can we just get to this big Kato fight? Why is Big Mom here? I don't know. Then I felt like some people who had built them up to be so powerful were now relying on somebody else to help them do it. Like,
I think it's just I don't know. Everybody remember everyone can vote on this, and you got to think about the largest majority of people who are into anime. They watch One Piece or they read One Piece.
Oh yeah,
so that one's gonna win no matter what.
Yeah, and it pretty much is. I would say out of all of these, Spy X Family and JJK, I would say are I would say all these except Vinland Saga are like pretty
new or
like they're pretty like normie typical. Like I would say like
mainstream.
They're the action shonens like.
Yeah.
Like, whereas Vinland Saga, especially in the second season, where it took like a more dramatic turn,
more niche.
Yeah, it kind of like I know a lot of people were mixed on it. So I kind of, even though I voted for Vinland Saga, I can kind of understand why it lost. Am I happy about it? No, but I kind of get it.
Yeah, everybody rags about the farm stuff. Not everybody, a lot of people rag about it, and I love that arc where it's the farmlands arc, and you need that one to set up his new where he's going, and they don't, and it's written really well. So yeah, it's not action packed as the original arcs were, but it's damn interesting.
Yeah. And what Carrie said about the Wano arc is actually surprising because, like, I have a bunch of other One Piece fans. Like, despite the fact that I'm super behind on it, like, that's another reason I'm not terribly upset. Is like, I can't really say because I haven't seen Wano yet. I'm still on Water 7. That's where I'm at. So I'm not even close.
Yeah,
that was a good arc.
Yeah, but a lot of my friends say they love Wano, so that's what kind of surprised me.
I just feel awkward because every time somebody says Wano, I think of guano.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I just kind of felt like it was too much of a side thing. Like it got so far off the main plot of the story. It was just like, okay, it didn't take this long to kick Doflamingo's ass. It didn't like. We're not learning any here is going to be carried over. I mean, yeah, great. Like we found out Law and what kid had advanced, but I don't want to spoil anything. But it didn't happen on screen.
Yeah,
was another thing that annoyed me.
My only gripe on it is I loved Gear 4. Not to get spoiler, I know everybody knows there's a Gear 5, but
it's all over everything.
I found it a little underwhelming. Don't worry about spoilers. My friends have spoiled plenty for me.
Oh yeah,
it's like literally, I know everything that, like the entire twist of Sanji's backstory already, because my friend like I actually told him that like please save the spoilers, but he didn't hear me, so he actually just let it rip, and I was like, okay.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
No, but I found Gear 5 to be underwhelming.
Like, he didn't hear me when I said like no spoilers. So it's not his fault, but yeah, I'm used to being spoiled. Chainsaw Man.
Gear 5 was kind of like, Chainsaw Man was the winner of new anime series. I'll be honest, I voted for Hell Paradise.
I would have.
I voted for Heavenly Delusion.
That's a good one.
Heavenly Delusion? Never heard of that.
I haven't finished that one yet.
Yeah,
pretty good.
It's on a different name on Disney Plus and Hulu. Tengoku Udaimaku. I'm actually surprised they put it under Heavenly Delusion here. I guess it's because since the manga came out and that's the English manga title, that's why it's like the more well known. So that's why they put it there.
Interesting. What would I have chosen? I think I would have. As much as I love Oshinoko, I think I would have chosen Hell's Paradise.
Yeah. I'm definitely glad that Zom 100 didn't win. I really did not care for Zom 100.
Hi, Mark!
No.
Where's Mark? I don't see Mark. There's no comment here.
No, just... I agree. Like, I Zom 100, I tried watching anime, I knew where it was going to go, and I was like, I didn't like it in the manga, and I'm not going to do it with the...
Love
what do we have next? Best anime film. Now, I don't have a horse in this race because I didn't watch any of these.
Finally, one I voted for won.
When did this happen? I didn't know she had a film. What? That anime had a film? When did that happen?
What?
I'm late.
Which one
are we talking about, Bianca?
Kaguya-sama. I didn't know she had a movie. I didn't even watch the season.
It was a limited release, so you're probably not the only one.
That's the other problem.
No, Suzume Suzume and Black Clover. Well, Black Clover was on Netflix, so it's like a permanent release. But Suzume was a full-length release. It had like an entire month that it was out.
Oh, shoot.
And they even re-released it for like a week, I believe, afterwards, like right before it came on to DVD.
I just wanted to see
on Crunchyroll.
I just wanted to see First Slam Dunk. That's the one I wanted to see. I was like, all right, I finally got a day off. Let me go see it. It's out. I'm like, what? Like it was only there.
I know,
for like 2 days.
I think Suzumi had a longer theatrical run, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I did see Psycho Pass, and I've been wanting to see Blue Giant because I have the manga of that, so I hope the movie is good. But for me, I would have been Psycho Pass because that's the only one I saw.
Yeah, at first I voted for Black Clover because that was the only one I saw. But then, like right before the final day of the votes, literally on the final day you could vote, I got the chance to see Suzume. And I ended up liking that one better, so I voted for it.
Okay. I haven't watched it yet. I want to check it out. All right.
Yeah,
so
I think it's on Crunchyroll right now.
Wait, I heard there was a weird age gap thing on the movie.
Kind of.
It's like a time travel thing.
No, of course they got to make it complicated.
Not exactly. It's actually a lot more simpler than the trailers led on. But as for the weird age gap, I'll say it's kind of there because, like, I do believe, like one of the main male characters, like a teacher in training, like he's a full-fledged adult, but Suzume herself is still 17, like almost 18, but it's like, yeah, it's there. The age gap is there.
Mm.
All right, so best original anime, Buddy Daddies, which when I first started to watch it, I didn't think I was going to like it, but then it improved. I don't know too much about some of this competition. I did watch the Mobile Suit Gundam The Witch because I tried. I don't know. I saw the trailer and it didn't look like the type of Gundam I wanted to watch.
Akiba Made Wars. That was mine. I loved it.
I voted for Mobile Suit Gundam, like that, because it was the only one I watched. I was so underprepared for this category.
Yeah,
I wasn't even finished with it. I had only seen like a few episodes of season 2.
Now, Buddy Daddies, it kind of reminds me.
I've heard a good chunk of these. I don't know Marginal Service. I actually saw ads on those, like teaser ones, like that were like 20 seconds. I never even seen a full-fledged trailer. I didn't even know it was out. I don't know what Do It Yourself is. I don't know Birdie Wing, but they have a season 2, I guess. I heard of Akiba Made War. I've heard of Buddy Daddies, which I had it saved. And then I heard of, I think I watched one episode of the Gundam one. And then I know of the Marginal Service. That one looked super interesting, and so I'm sad I didn't get a chance to watch it. Oh, but I would have probably picked Buddy Daddies.
Yeah, the Buddy Daddies. That the premise kind of read like you ever watch that older movie Three Men and a Baby?
Yes.
Yeah,
but I'm old enough to know that. So. Yeah,
it's about 3 bachelors who have a baby
never even heard of it. Yeah, it's about 3 bachelors sharing an apartment in New York City, and somebody drops a baby off at their door, and they don't know who. And then they start to think that maybe one of them's the dad, so they're all taking care of this baby, and while they're trying to figure out who did it.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it's a fun older movie.
Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck, Ted Danson.
Ted Danson and Steven Guttenberg.
They probably don't know.
No, because
I know
I'm old
who Tom
enough to know, and
Selleck is. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not that uninformed on older movies.
Good.
Though the chances I've heard of it is
Just how quiet Bianca is.
It's still like very hit or miss.
Yeah,
that's good. That's good.
There was even a sequel to it, which was hilarious too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, 3 Men and a Lady, I think.
Yes. All right, so the next one is Best Animation. Okay, Bo, how do you feel?
No one's surprised by this. No one is surprised by this at all.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, they put everything into Demon Slayer. I mean that.
Yeah, this was like amongst the fandom, the Swordsmith Village arc is largely seen as like one of the worst arcs in Demon Slayer, but still like I actually did see most of these like, and I still had to vote for it because like when it comes to visuals, like Demon Slayer and UFO Table, which is the studio that is behind Demon Slayer, they always like slap. Like honestly, every year Demon Slayer is on air, you can pretty much hand it like the best animation award. Like that's how like good like the studio is.
Wait, the Village arc. What's the movie then?
The movie was Mugen Train. Arc.
No, the current movie that's out in theaters right now.
Yeah. It's like that one's a Hashira training arc. Yeah. It's not really a movie. It's more like a bunch of episodes that they smushed together, and they're releasing it as a movie for a limited run.
No, why? I was
a lot of people tomorrow.
No, from what I heard, the editing is actually like they actually edited this one so that it would actually look like a cinematic movie.
Oh,
so it's like not that bad, but it's still like pretty much episodes.
From the first 3 seasons.
Well, actually, smushed
That's
up
what
into
they were complaining about.
Yeah.
I almost wasted money on this. Unless my brother wants to watch it, then I'll still watch it tomorrow.
All right. Best character design. I voted for Hell's Paradise again on this one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely Hell's Paradise.
Hell's Paradise. Wait, I'm surprised Hell's Paradise didn't get nominated for Best Animation, to be honest. I don't know.
Hell's Paradise was good.
I thought that had pretty good animation too.
It did, but Demon Slayer, again, everything went into that one.
Just because the fire looks pretty.
Yep.
Yes.
But let's be honest, and I know people are going to get mad at me for this. I still think like Hell's Paradise had better animation than Trigun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Anything had better animation. It was Trigun was basically a flip book.
Yeah, it was.
I'm trying to imagine that. I don't know.
Animation.
Yeah, it was basically. That's what it was.
I didn't think the Trigun animation was bad per se. I think it looked pretty nice because it was by Studio Orange, isn't it?
Mm.
I do like Studio Orange. It's probably because I'm biased. I don't know.
Now they could be great, but this one, no, it was horrible. If you're watching something,
the look and feel.
Yeah, and if you're watching something and you're noticeably getting taken out because you're noticing things, yeah, that's not good. I mean, there's anime where you can just sit there and like, oh my god, where'd the time go? You're just into it. It flows well, and this one did not. Again, it looked pretty choppy, and as well as
I understand that because I'm still watching it with my brother. It feels kind of slow at times.
Mm-hmm.
Dad! No! Look what you did.
My thing was, I think
I stand by my Trigun.
They relied too much on the computer animation.
Yeah.
Like, I understand there's a combo of stuff, but it felt like you're looking at computer animation. There's a lot of anime you're looking at where it doesn't really look like computer animation, but it is. Mm-hmm. This felt like sometimes the character movements were very computerized, and I was like,
the movements were too fluid, if that makes sense. Like they're constantly making what's it called? Like hand motions and what's that called?
All right. Yeah, not sure what happened.
You know how people talk with their hands, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's like that every time they talk. It's overexpressed. They do it too much, and I'm like, "Yo, can you just stand in one place and talk? Like, can you just stand still and talk?"
And I felt like they diverted so much from the style of the manga that I was like,
which one we're talking about, JJK or the Trigun? Oh yeah, that's the thing. To be honest, it wasn't a faithful adaptation. Like they kind of marketed it.
No, it wasn't.
Even the older one wasn't a faithful adaptation, but it was a lot better.
Like I actually like Trigun Stampede. Like like, the thing is, you kind of just, like, it's a lot like Devilman Crybaby. That's sort of how I saw it. It's like, it's a loose adaptation. It's like, not necessarily telling the same story, as the manga, but, like, still, like, it's sort of like a reinvention.
Yeah.
Isn't that all adaptations though? And
and
Dan, we can't hear you.
Audio cut out.
Your audio's out.
Dan, your audio cut out.
Can't hear you. Is
it one of those mics where you plug it into the headphones and plug it into the computer?
He's on an iPad, so I wonder if that's it.
Yeah, that shocked me. He's got good quality for an iPad. I need to check mine out to see if I can get that kind of quality.
It is a good quality, to be sure.
Actually,
as soon as I move my mic by accident, just a touch, boom, mutes me.
What'd you say?
Oh no!
You mother frick!
Ow! Ow!
All right. While we're waiting for him, let's move on.
Trigon dialogue, like he's just crying every episode.
Feel like
don't do it. No, please. And I'm like, hey, guy, we need to shapen up right now, man. Stop crying in the episode, please. I understand you don't want to kill.
Yeah.
So we're moving on to Best Director, and the winners for Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. And it was up against Attack on Titan, Bocce the Rock, Chainsaw Man, Heavily Delusions, to Kaisen, Oshi no Koi. I kind of feel bad. Why is Bocce the Rock in this category with everything?
Hey, Dan, try to log out and log back in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very,
it's kind of
very low.
It's like talking into a cup or something.
Cup song.
I think this probably was well deserved for the second season.
Maybe your settings. Try the audio settings.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes if it's on default, it won't work for me, so I have to specifically click on where I want the sound to go in and out from.
Mm-hmm. So which one?
Is Bocce the Rock good? Did anybody
Best Director?
I loved it. It's.
I've been reading manga and I love the manga. I haven't watched the anime yet. You're sound like you're far away, Dan. Why don't you try logging out, logging back in?
Yeah.
Maybe a reboot.
I think I would have chosen the Attack on Titan final season. I finally saw it. I was pretty my brother was surprised. He was like, wait, people in Japan didn't like this? People had complaints? And I was like, I think it was fine. I mean, I can say how I didn't like this part and I thought this was stupid, but I thought it was a pretty good ending overall.
For which one?
Can I get ready for tomorrow later? Bye.
For which one are you talking about?
Attack on Titan.
Mm-hmm.
Attack on Titan.
I liked it. It was fine. Now they're talking about the very ends, last few pages. Like, it's okay.
What happens in the last few pages that was different from the anime?
It's nothing.
It's the same?
Basically the same. There might be a couple differences, but very, very detailed oriented. If they're complaining about it, but one thing I did want them to address was the whole what's her name's child. Like, what was it? Aaron's child.
Oh,
spoilers.
Oh shoot! Yeah, I guess you could say. Well, is it really spoilers because they don't address?
I don't know.
Because it kind of seems like that's his child.
Wait, whose child?
What's her name? The blonde that they left behind. That was
Christy?
basically. Was that her? The princess?
Was it? Yeah. It wasn't Chrissy, was it?
The princess that basically got pregnant, so she couldn't take part in the mission. There was a big thing that Aaron was actually the father of her child.
Wasn't that a theory, though?
Yeah, it was a theory, but they never really...
in the ending, you just see a random man with her, so I thought that was his kid.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's kind of like left of vague.
Okay, does it work?
That's been
Yay! It's working.
Yeah, I switched to my old headset, so hopefully this no more problems.
Okay,
sounds a lot better.
Hopefully.
We've now moved on to Best Cinematography, and they go Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2.
Yep. Heavenly Delusion should have won this, in my opinion. It like the cinematography on Heavenly Delusion was gorgeous. Like they're literally like Twitter. Like I think that was like the big reaction is that most people, on at least from what I saw on Twitter, said that Heavenly Delusion should have won.
I guess they're taking that Gojo
like,
scene
even,
really.
Like there are even like screenshots of like some of like just the still frames, and like it looks so like it's so well polished and like clean. Like it like honestly it definitely deserved that award in my opinion.
I think I would have picked an Attack
I have
on
seen
Titan
episodes, and
I
I have to. I would say Heavenly Delusions has some really beautiful scenery because I have watched some episodes.
Yeah.
I get why Jujutsu won. It's more popular.
I don't think it should have won at all, especially considering a lot of it wasn't even finished. Like there was.
Yes.
Yeah, like there's this one notable one. I think it was when Sukuna was fighting that curse that Megami summoned. I keep forgetting what it's called. But that scene in particular supposedly was only 30% done.
Huh. Wow.
And again, it's all because of the popularity, and that's the reason why I think it won.
The normies made it win.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like what they'll do. Though I'm still shocked. You know, I'm not gonna spoil it. The rest of the list, but like I'll save that for later.
Yeah.
All right. Best art direction. The Demon
The best shoujo.
We didn't get there yet. I don't know, see, because like I also still like the art a lot in Hell's Paradise, and I voted for Hell's Paradise in this one.
Yeah.
I think I definitely was gonna pick Oshinoko.
That's what I picked. Oshinoko was what I picked. I just because I thought it was so creative how they did some of the scenes, like the flash, or at least like that thing where like in the first episode when Ruby was imagining her and I like dancing together on stage. Like I thought that was so well done. And also like in the opening when you see when they introduce Kana from like the camera lens, that was really well done too.
Yeah. I kind of like with Hell's Paradise just how like they do this great, beautiful, almost like Japanese war scenery, bright colors, with mixing in with all the violence and everything. I thought it was just so well done with that. And that's why I voted for Hell's Paradise.
Yeah,
but
I can see Paradise was also a very similar situation with JJK. Like, I honestly think they got it even worse because they had to have actual episode delays for Hell's Paradise.
Wait, you don't know Zom 100, Bo? We just spoke about this.
Zom 100, though that wasn't necessarily because that was more due to studio inexperience from what I heard, because Zom 100 was a brand new studio. Like, they had never done an anime before. Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, Bug Films, I think that's what the studio was called. Like, so, yeah, they weren't... So from what I heard, they weren't used to, like, the meeting the type of deadlines that were needed for a weekly anime. So, like, essentially, everything just completely fell apart because of that.
Wait, what happened with Zone 100? Is it bad? Was it done poorly?
Carrie, how do I ban people? I just need to do that real quick. Marg, I can't click on Marg.
Let me just time her out real quick.
I got you, Fred. I got you in the comments, okay?
Oh, wow. No. Bucket List is not better than Berserk. It's fine. It's not nowhere.
Disagree. And I say that as someone who's only read 3 volumes of Berserk. I literally just started it not that long ago, and I can already say it's better than Zom 100. At least in my opinion.
Aren't they two different things?
She's just
one is
tormenting
in a fantasy setting, the other one's in a post-apocalyptic.
She's mad that I used a volume of Zom 100 as a doorstop.
To be honest, I am like probably a person who's wanting to look more into Zom 100 than Berserk, personally wise.
It's fine.
And then you'll come right back for Berserk.
Well, now we get
Berserk isn't for everybody, though.
The really, really bad ones. I was fuming when I saw this.
Oh, what is it?
Best romance anime. And the winner is Horimiya. Is that how you say it? The Missing Piece.
Horimiya.
I have no idea how this won. Not at all. I literally didn't hear anyone talking about it. Mm-hmm. Also, from what I heard, it wasn't even that good. From what I heard, season 2 of Horimiya was essentially all the cut content from season 1.
Yes, it was.
Wait,
and I like that original series.
Hiromina, the missing pieces is
literal missing pieces.
Yes, the missing piece. Literally. Everything they didn't include in the original anime that was in the manga Horimiya, that they skipped over.
And I think
now I have to watch it. But because my sister and I watched Horimiya earlier that year. But it was definitely an interesting love story, but it's not anything new or different, that kind of thing. Like My Happy Marriage is definitely over there. Is definitely over there.
I think my everyone expected it to be My Happy Marriage because that was like one of the most popular anime of the summer.
Yep. And
Horimiya, I thought that was nice.
It was fine. That was all right. My wife and I love anything with the redhead in it, so we'll watch it. And I thought it was fine. But Horimiya, again, I loved it. But if it was the original one, if it was season 1, I would think that one needs to win. The missing pieces just felt like the side stories that they kind of grouped together into a series. It was fine. It wasn't really that great. All the great stuff was in the season 1.
So it's 6 episodes?
I think, but I honestly loved it, but I loved the series, but I still haven't even finished watching the missing pieces because I decided to read it first. So My Happy Marriage definitely needed to win that one.
Insomniacs After School, that one is interesting too.
Never read it or seen it.
I haven't watched it. I heard good things though. All right, that's comedy anime, Spy Family.
This surprises no one, though I will say I did vote for Urusei Yatsura.
What is that one?
That's
that one by Rumiko Takahashi.
Yeah, that was one of her that's one of Rumiko Takahashi's many works. So
she did Inuyasha, right?
Anime, I think. Yeah, it was on High Dive.
Yes.
So probably a lot of High Dive anime tend to get ignored.
It's an alien girl who comes to Earth and she misunderstands something that happens with a human guy and thinks that they're destined to be married.
Oh, it's the girl with the demon horns and she has like a
bikini. Oh, the alien.
Yeah, okay.
Like the yellow black bikini.
Yeah, this is the reboot of the series. That was what was nominated.
Oh.
Yeah, like the studio that did JoJo's, David Productions, they're also the studio doing Undead Unluck right now. They rebooted the original Urusei Yatsura from Kitty Films, and that's what got nominated. I voted for it because I thought it was the funniest out of the entirety of this list, or at least what I had watched. Like I still haven't seen Bocchi the Rock, unfortunately.
It's cute.
Or Mashle, Muscles and Magic either. I did not like Zom 100, so there was no way I was voting for that. And I thought that the second, because what's being nominated, what won the award was the second half of Spy X Family Season 1, not Season 2. Since it was the second half, which I didn't like as much as the first half, I had to vote for Urusei Yatsura.
Mark didn't like the Zom 100 comment. Nobody likes it.
Listen, I'll admit I have an unpopular opinion. I just don't really care for it. Right? I know I'm the minority.
You're not unpopular here on this panel.
Oh, Dan's awesome.
We give our time all the time about Zom 100. See, I'm trying to think what part of season 2, what the storyline was in season 1, part 2 of Spy Family that they voted for.
Yeah, it wasn't that memorable. Oh, that's the thing.
Yeah, I thought it wasn't the second season with the cruise ship. Love that one.
Yeah, the second season was amazing. I loved it. If they were nominating the second season, then I would have voted for that. I wonder if that's what
they're confused on.
Yeah.
Oh, because see the two, because again, it's just a lot of them are normies that are voting.
That, honestly.
Best action anime, Jujutsu Kaisen season 2.
No one's surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, though
I'm surprised with Bleach. That was the Blood War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised how few nominations it got in general.
And of course, the ones it's nominated for is just action. How could they? How dare they?
It got nominated for a few more.
Yeah.
You look at Bleach, Attack on Titan, One Piece, and Demon Slayer. These are all things that you have some homework to do. I mean, with JJK, it's just season 2.
I saw most of these. Yeah. So actually, yeah, I saw all of these actually, except for One Piece. So
Bleach was definitely the better in this group.
That's what I heard. Well, I heard it was really good. I'm just not gonna read it.
The action was amazing. Like, especially that scene with Kenpachi. You'll know the one. All I say is big sword. That's all I will say to avoid spoilers. But you'll know what I mean once you see it.
It made up for a lot of the crap in the original series with all that filler, and I think the animation actually looks really good in this.
Yeah, Bleach is another one where it's gonna be at least here on out, it's gonna go like a really different route. Because apparently like the original ending was like rushed, like it wasn't what the Kubo, the author, necessarily wanted. So now part 3, like the last 2 parts, part 3 and 4, are gonna be going like a slightly different route. Like we're essentially in virgin territory, so a lot of events may play out similarly but not the same, or we could even have like an entirely new B plot introduced.
Nice.
All right, so we did action. Now we're doing best fantasy, Demon Slayer. I don't know about that.
I
don't think.
To be fair, you didn't have very good choices to begin with, at least in my opinion.
True. Very true.
And like, I have no idea how Eminence and Shadow did not get nominated in this category.
Oh my god, you're right. I didn't. Yeah.
It was like, I mean, to a degree, I understand it. Like, it's the Crunchyroll Awards, so it's like it's always going to skew more Crunchyroll. But like, Eminence and Shadow was super popular. It's like I have no idea how it didn't get nominated.
Yeah, that one blew me out of the water. Like I read the novel, I didn't like it. I read the manga, I didn't like it until I got to the part with the princess and the main character. Those are great, but the anime was fantastic. They did it in a way where I was interested from the very beginning to the end.
I'm not sure how Ranking of the Kings was nominated though, because from what I understand, that was only 1 episode.
Really?
Wait.
There's a rule in the
is that something
Crunchyroll
new?
Awards that
I'm on
says you
season
need
2
at
right
least
now.
6 episodes to be nominated.
What? Bianca, what's wrong?
I'm on season 2 of Ranking of Kings. Is this something new? Is this after?
I think this was like a special, like an OVA or something, but to be honest, I don't know. Like, I am not the most informed on Ranking of the Kings.
Why the special and not just season 2?
I have no idea.
Good question.
I think that would have been a lot better, you know?
Yeah, there were a lot of like fantasy anime I feel like they could have nominated instead. Like, I don't think Demon Slayer should have been which one did you say?
Whatchamacallit? Is it Freon?
Freon. According to the rules, it wouldn't have counted, unfortunately.
But I think
this broke a bunch of the rules. That's the thing. Is like a lot of people are upset because it's like it doesn't apply to the rules. Rules like JJK shouldn't apply to the rules. Technically, Ranking of the Kings shouldn't like apply to the rules.
What's the rules?
It's a bunch. Like, but they have like in a different section in the awards, like in terms of like the requirements that like they have them outlined. But the two I know off the bat are you need at least 6 episodes, and the fall season that they're counting is the one from the year prior, not of the current year.
Yeah, I would think Mushoku Tensei and Ancient Magus Bride would be the closest thing to fantasies on that list.
No, they are fantasies.
Magus Bride.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Mushoku Tensei didn't win, but I guess, yeah, that show continues to not get to get a bunch of well, it didn't get a bunch of nominations this year, but it continues to be nominated for stuff and never win it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this next one is gonna oh no.
Which one?
I was so mad at this one too.
Why would Attack on Titan be in a drama category?
Well, it does have a very dramatic storyline in a sense, but
yeah,
I agree. Like because the other options were so much better, like Vinland Saga, Oshinoko, My Happy Marriage. Like either one of those 3, I would have been perfectly happy if it won.
I'm actually fine with this. I do think it's a really good drama.
Yeah. I would say.
What I think of drama.
It did have some stressful moments. I mean, think about I know this is probably going to be spoilers, but they had to fight people that they fought alongside. And I guess they did that a lot.
Well, they're only nominating the first one here. That's what I'm. They're only nominating the first part of the finale. That's what makes it weirder. It's like,
oh shoot! Even sure why. You're right.
I'm not sure why they should have just nominated. Maybe so that they could have something for next year. I don't know, but yeah, this is just weird, in my opinion. These nominees are all weird.
Yeah.
All right, best slice of life, Bocce the Rock.
Honestly, I don't have any opinion. I didn't really watch any of the.
I mean, I like,
or at least
Bocce,
the ones that counted as slice of life.
Mm-hmm. I do want to see the do-it-yourself. I forgot to watch that. I completely forgot about it until I saw this list. I was like, oh.
I did see a few episodes of My Love Story with Yamada-kun. I know that's not necessarily slice of life, or at least from what I heard.
It was alright
from people, but I didn't even watch it to its entirety. Not even the majority. Maybe only 3 episodes. But yeah, because of that, that's why I voted for it. It was the only one I saw.
Yeah. I hear a lot about Skip and Loafer. I still need to see that.
Yeah, Skip and Loafer is cute, and I'm surprised that didn't And I know people like Insomniac to School. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, me neither.
This one,
Moonbeam's.
I love One Piece. I love One Piece, but I think right now everybody's riding off the high of the live action and the anime, and
I voted for Thorfinn.
Yeah.
For Thorfinn and Vinland Saga.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like it's the same 5 animes. They're just switching around. They're not even trying to go into any other.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's something about these awards that I recently discovered that I'll reveal at the end too.
Okay. So then, best supporting character, Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen.
I voted for Ana Armiya from Oshinoko. I was not happy.
Probably would have voted for Gojo.
How they show Gojo so many times? Are we sure he's supporting?
Oh my god, he was even in this season. Maybe the first 4.
Because if
he was the main character of the first. Well, actually, I'm surprised he doesn't qualify for the main character if they're going off of the first core, which I assume because that's what the picture is from.
Yeah.
I would have picked Reagan. As much as I love Hanji, I love Hanji so much.
Oh, my friend said. My friend Elizabeth said that Hanji should have won. She was so mad.
Oh.
Reagan.
All right, must protect at all costs character Anya. Yeah.
Agree, because Anya's precious. Must be protected.
Yes, she is. We love Anya.
Anya and Boji for me were my choices.
Yeah.
All right. Best anime song from Ocean no Koi.
Oh my god. You know what? I'm glad it won, but yet again, it just makes me very bitter because this is literally the only thing it won.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even, and it wasn't like it's really just the song. Like it's not even the opening ending itself. Like there's a different category for the opening.
Okay, I thought this was for the opening song.
Like it was this is for because it was released as a single as well. Like so they're really only one for the song, not even really the anime content necessarily.
What's Zom?
Zom 100?
Oh shoot! I already forgot about it.
All right, here we go. Best anime score would be Attack on Titan.
Okay, I agree with this one. If we're going off of the music, like the instrumental score, Attack on Titan is a clear winner.
Yes, I agree. I've listened to that thing on repeat on YouTube. They have a few things. I keep listening to it like on the way to work.
Oh my god, it was even too bad they didn't nominate the second part, because I thought the second part of the finale, the music was even better.
Yep.
All right, so now we're gonna go into best opening sequence. Winner, Where Our Blue Is from Jujutsu Kaisen.
What? No. Oshinoko.
Yeah,
I loved. I mean,
not even here.
That one.
Oh yeah, here it is.
Crazy.
Yeah. I voted for Heavenly Delusions, Innocent Arrogance, because since it's like an opening sequence and there's already a best song category, I tend to go more off of visuals. And I thought Heavenly Delusions opening had the most creative visuals out of all of them. So yeah, I voted for that.
For me, it's like whatever was catchy and gets stuck in my head, and yeah, that's what I love, and that was the Idol song. I loved it.
Now we're going with best ending sequence, and again, it's
also JJK.
Unfortunately, for the top one, I didn't see any of their anime openings, so I can't say anything on that.
I forgot what
this one.
I voted.
The only one I've seen was Demon Slayer, and I was like, meh on that one.
Yeah, for best ending, I voted for Oshinoko, Mephisto by Queen Bee. I thought it was really good. Not only was it creative visually, it was also like a really good song.
I need to start watching the endings because I normally click off of them as soon as the episode's done, and then I started realizing last year it's like, oh, there's extra content after it.
Yeah. Typically, what I do
is
I watch the endings like once, and if I like it, then I'll keep watching it for the rest of the show.
Yep. So best voice artist. This is gonna go into every different language.
Yeah, so Japanese, it's Gojo. But in English, it's Denji.
Funny thing, I voted for Japanese Denji. And for English, honestly, it was a pity vote. I voted for Johnny Young Bosch.
Me too.
Ichigo in Bleach. It was more of a pity vote because it didn't because how little it was nominated. But honestly, I wouldn't under any other circumstances. I probably wouldn't have voted for him because Ichigo was barely in for part 2.
Yeah.
So I would have chosen Johnny Young Bosch just because it's Johnny Young Bosch, but I'm really surprised that Nezuko actually has been nominated. She doesn't speak.
She speaks like a sentence in the very end of the last episode, I think, and that's about it. I'm like, what the hell is she even on there?
She got a nomination for that.
But Sagiri from Hell's Paradise, fantastic. I mean, I was like, how did she not win? Because I can still hear her voice in my head. Everyone else,
the English actress.
The English actress, yeah. She also did Horimiya's voice.
Interesting. I've seen most of the episodes. I still haven't finished it, but like, I wasn't like, I'm not saying she was bad, but I wasn't like super impressed with her. So I don't know. I guess that's why I didn't.
No, I think everybody did good, but she's the only one that I can still hear in my head. And I think for me, she expressed a lot of the scenes really well. And
yeah, I forgot who I voted for when it came. Oh yeah, I did. But it was Dunji. I just said it for the Japanese. It was mostly because I didn't vote for Gojo because, like, again, like when you see in the season as a whole, like, he was barely in it. It's just like Ichigo. It was like,
yeah. All right. Well, I wasn't gonna go through every language of voice actors.
Yeah, it's like the only one. Like, we couldn't even vote for the other languages, so there's no point.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. So that was the Anime Awards, and final opinion on it. Disappointing.
No. It really isn't that impressive, though. To be fair, I don't think I'm gonna expect it to be like super impressive anymore, because I actually recently discovered, apparently it was outlined in the rules, and I don't know how I missed this, but apparently the judges' votes actually count for 70% of the results.
And who pays the judges?
Crunchyroll.
Mm-hmm.
And who pays Crunchyroll?
Who are the judges? Think differently.
It's like, he works for Viz.
Well, Megan Thee Stallion wasn't a judge; she was just a presenter.
Oh,
she was literally just the person who would walk on stage and read the piece of paper.
Yeah, but she's also an anime
the judges
fan.
were Crunchyroll.
Yeah, anime fan.
She wasn't.
Ask her what she likes.
She likes JoJo. That's why she dressed up as one of the characters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
She talks about her favorite animes.
Michael B. Jordan, I would have loved to see there instead. Yeah. But
all right, that's right. So he also likes anime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, he really talks about it a lot.
Oh, and
all right, so we're gonna talk about. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, Miss Marvel. I know we got mixed feelings about the show, but the actress for Miss Marvel, she was
actress,
there.
Yeah.
She's
really getting into it.
Liza Sobrano, I'm seeing, was one of the presenters, and she actually was she's actually voiced some characters from like in Filipino dubs. Like, she only recently made her like debut in like American cinema, like with. I believe, what was the movie she was in recently? It was Lisa Frankenstein. I believe that was the movie she was in recently.
Okay.
The one directed by Robin Williams' daughter.
Oh, shoot.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, Lisa Frankenstein.
Yeah, like, she played one of the... Liza Sobrano played one of the supporting characters, and she was a presenter here, so... Yeah.
I couldn't make it 20 minutes into the actual awards show. I was listening to it when I was at work, and I just couldn't. I was like, this is boring. Yeah. Honestly, I can't.
I feel like a lot of award shows or something like that.
Yeah, I will say I was surprised, like pleasantly surprised by the Oscars last year. I thought the Oscars were actually pretty good last year.
I don't know. I haven't had any interest because you kind of get the feeling like they're getting paid.
We'll see.
The winner is whoever paid me the most.
I'm tuning in to see Ryan Gosling perform the Ken song.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's going to be performing because it was nominated for Best Song.
I think he's the only one nominated for that movie too.
No,
actor nominated.
No, America Ferrera is also nominated.
Oh, for Best Supporting, yes.
Yeah.
I love her speech.
Yeah. I hope she wins. Like, she's such an underrated actress.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't like her in Superstore.
I agree on that.
Super Short, you said?
Yeah, she was in Ugly Betty too.
Yeah, she was in Super. Yeah.
I'm trying to say I'm super short. Come say that to my face.
All right, face? So next we're gonna we got two big anime announcements.
Two.
One is a new anime, and the other one is a long-awaited third season So first we're going to take a look at Nina the Starry Bride manga gets a anime adaptation. I did not read this manga. I know Laura and
this one's probably going to Disney.
Oh, is it?
I think it is.
It's not. I don't think it's confirmed yet, but I know the Kodansha is a Kodansha series. So unfortunately, well, there are loopholes to the deal, but if it's a Kodansha series and it's getting an anime, it's safe to assume automatically it's going to go to Disney.
Yep.
There are loopholes depending on what producers are involved. There's this one anime that's coming out in the spring. What's it called? Windbreaker. Yes. I'm only 50% sure that's good. Yeah, Windbreaker has a 50% chance of going to Disney and a 50% chance of going to Crunchyroll because Aniplex is one of the producers and Aniplex is Sony, which is Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
So it's I guess we'll just see.
Yeah,
but that's why you're seeing a bunch of Kodansha series go on Disney Plus, Ranger Reject or Go Loser Ranger, even though my friend hates it when I call it that.
It's Loser Ranger. No, I like the Japanese version better.
Ranger Reject, I believe that's the direct translation.
I love that.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Yeah, that one actually might do kind of well because I know it has a huge fan base. It's especially since it's done by the same author as Quintessential Quintuplets.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, from what I understand, this is about a girl who gets sold into slavery by her brother, but to her surprise, her captor is the prince. He picks her because she resembles a recently deceased princess priestess. But despite her changing fortune, she's not going to give up a fight for her old life. So that's
yeah. I've heard very good things about the manga. There's this YouTuber I watched for shoujo content, Colleen Manga Rex. She's praised this series a lot.
I like the art.
Yeah.
I haven't read the story yet, but I do like the art.
Yeah. I don't think they've announced the studio, which is really weird.
Let me see. Do they?
I don't think so.
They're so beautiful.
Yeah, no, they haven't. Nope, you're right. Nothing.
Oh.
All right.
I chose the bad day to get a cramp.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right, so this next one, and I just lost it. The next one I was going to talk about was One Punch Man Season 3.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, we're all happy to hear it was get to Season 3, and really hopeful on whether or not it would get a different studio.
Listen, I was more disappointed on the guy people were hyping up because they're like, listen, he's this guy, he's his rival and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm so hyped. And then in Season 2, and I'm like, that's it? That's all we're getting? Come on, man.
Oh, we don't talk about Season 2 here.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
We don't talk about it. It's Promised Neverland Season 2.
Yeah, no, really.
Black Butler Season 2.
I'm a bit on the fence with the Season 3 announcement.
Yeah, I'm
because it's the same studio that did Season 2, that's what concerns me. However, JC Staff, which is the studio, as you can see here, has I will say some of their more recent projects have actually been quite good.
Yeah.
Eden Zero was fantastic, especially Season 2. It was really well done. But so I think they could do it if hopefully the stars align and this ends up being a great like a huge improvement, but I don't know. It's like I really don't know because they're much like Mappa. They're also a studio known for like terrible working conditions and anime like planning out their schedules.
Give me one with good working conditions. Hurry!
UFO Table, the Demon Slayer studio, has supposedly great working conditions.
Oh. Do you think Studio Trigger also has good working conditions?
They do, actually. Yeah, they do.
It's Kickstarter a lot, right? They do mostly Kickstarters for their animes.
Really? I've never heard about that, but I do know Trigger has
my Little Witch Academia. Shoot, forgot the name. Little Witch Academia. That was on a Kickstarter.
Yeah, Little Witch Academia. Yeah, I did not know it was a Kickstarter, but yeah, but to answer your question, Trigger is known for really good working conditions, especially since most of the anime they produce is original, so they have like full control over it. They've only produced 2 adaptations. One is of a light novel I completely forget the name of every single time, and the other is one of the current anime from the winter, which is one of my favorites, Delicious in Dungeon.
Yes.
Bo.
Yeah, love it.
Tell me about it.
Yes,
it's great. It's actually one of the more popular series. I'm not saying it's the most popular. Like Solo Leveling and Freerun are definitely like kicking its ass.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But like it's actually doing well. Like you can see it's doing well because there is a decent amount of coverage. You can also see the manga sales are doing well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. This isn't like Undead Unluck where it's just been obliterated. Unfortunately, yeah. I love Undead Unluck. Yeah. I'm so sad to see what happened with the anime.
Well, I was also happy to hear that the person that voices the elf is Emily Blunt, who plays Nami in the live action One Piece.
Emily Blunt.
What's her name?
Not Emily Blunt. Emily Rudd.
Emily Rudd, I think.
Rudd.
Rudd, yes.
That's not just Emily Blunt.
Yes, it's Emily Blunt.
That's the money.
Paul Rudd.
Yeah,
I always think of Ant-Man.
I shall now spread that Emily Blunt is the one voicing all these characters.
Yes.
Yeah, she's voicing Marcel, but I like the entire cast. Like, the Senshi is actually voiced by a pretty popular YouTuber. I think what's his name?
Really?
Rosie D. I think that's his name.
Shoot, I have to look that up.
Yeah.
But I would say I've loved it, and it's exactly how not exactly how I heard it in my head.
I love that
it's
really simul dub. So like the dub comes out the exact same day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I love that Netflix has been doing that lately. They also did that with My Happy Marriage, was also had a really good dub.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the guy who was the main lead for Kyoko Kuda, he's actually the same guy who's voicing Laios in Delicious in Dungeon.
Nice. So I would say we've been eating pretty good as far as anime and manga goes.
And spring is so stacked beyond imagine. I have like 10 different anime on my watch list. It's crazy.
Dan.
Oh my god, yes, can't wait for that one.
2024.
Yeah, though that one's in the fall.
Further away,
I know, but I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I'm excited for that too.
Are we ready for top 5? Bianca, are you ready for top 5?
Shoot, top 5 what?
Right. Top 5 manga or anime I'll throw to you that you believe deserve an award. And I'll go with you first. What's your first choice? Because you are the second most experienced member of the panel.
False. All right, so this one y'all talked me into. I watched an episode, absolutely loved it. My wife loved it as well, so we've been watching it together. And now I wrote down and got the manga, The Apothecary Diaries. Young girl is kidnapped and sold to the palace as I don't know if you would call her a slave, but yeah, I would. She actually kind of uses her skills as an apothecary to kind of solve mysteries throughout the palace, and I really enjoyed her. Really great personality and everything.
Yeah, I have not read the manga. However, I am watching the anime, and I love the anime. The anime is amazing.
Art's not too bad.
And the art is great.
Yeah, I actually think that one's based off a light novel, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
I think there is light novels. I think you are correct.
Yeah.
We spoke about this in the group chat, Bo.
Well, I have listened to you, Bianca.
An entire thing. You're always missing stuff, Bo.
It's like some of it sticks, the other of it just goes over my head.
He gets distracted by One Piece cards, so don't feel bad.
Oh yes, the One Piece cards.
Oh my goodness.
I'll always show these off. But go ahead, Bianca.
I didn't know they made One Piece cards.
The game is crazy scalped right now. But
Bo is your man. Bo is your man.
The closest thing I have are like these bookmarkers I got for free once with an order.
God.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, Bianca, what do you have?
I have Ranking of Kings.
Explain.
I shall explain. The story follows the adventures of a little boy, a prince named Boji, who was born deaf and tiny in size. And when I mean tiny in size, I mean like he's smaller than a hobbit. My brother and I were talking about his age, and my brother was like, wait a minute, since his brother is kind of like, his half-brother is younger, but he's taller, and he's like, so Boji should be like 14, 15. And I'm like, what? He's 14, 15? And dude's smaller than a hobbit? What the frick? And I'm like, I don't know. To me, he's like a child. So I never took his age into consideration. I thought that was weird. He has a friend named Kage, who was a survivor of a wiped out assassin clan. He's like a black blob. And he kind of like understands Boji's words, despite him being unable to speak. I'm on season 2 at the moment. Season 1 is just kind of him saying, hey, people don't think I should be king. I disagree. So I'm going to go train.
And you feel it deserves an award because...
I mean, come on. It's on the chat. Despite it, what's it called? Despite it seeing really being, oh my gosh.
Sister walked in.
Despite it looking like a whole wholesome, cute show, it's a pretty messed up show. I mean,
oh yeah,
the fantasy setting is pretty amazing.
You have Ranking of Kings,
the drama, yes. Even the action is top notch, but the action stuff doesn't really. They don't really go into it until like season 2, though, which is what I wanted to be nominated anyway.
That thing goes from slice of life to Game of Thrones like in a drop of a hat.
Yeah, and I was like, why does this have a mature rating? First episode.
And then you find out.
Mm-hmm.
I was crying so hard in that first episode. I'm like, what the frick, man? I thought this was cute.
Here's one you might like, Dan. This was Vivi. Tried to see one that had
Hello.
Know, but where you're at, this is probably the one you would know.
Yeah. I'm a bit past
the biggest
Alabasta,
card game right now.
Yeah, let me
all right,
see.
Dan, who's yours?
Hold on. Let me see if I can. Oh, no, it doesn't. That's not an option, unfortunately.
All right. Well,
but anyways,
just tell us the choice.
Good thing at least 2 of them. I have the physicals.
Okay.
So I guess I'll start off with probably the Pokemon.
Nice.
Yeah, the adventure series. Like, from what I looked up, it actually doesn't have any major awards. Like the biggest one I could find was like this weird Nickelodeon manga award. I didn't even know Nickelodeon had manga awards, but yeah, I think it deserves it because in my opinion it's actually the best version of Pokemon, probably at least in terms of storytelling we've ever gotten. And what's weird about me the adventure series is like, despite being super old and super popular, like this thing is still running to this day. Like it's literally as old as One Piece. It came out on the exact same year.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's not only has it barely gotten any manga awards, but it also has yet to get its own anime adaptation. Yeah, like it's so old, it's literally gone through like several different imprints with Viz. Like as you can see here, like with the Heart Gold Soul Silver, this version was published by Viz Kids. I think that was like the first label it was under. Then, this one. Then they switched it to a label called Perfect Square. You can see the logo right here. And then I don't think any of those imprints did well, so they gave up and just switched it to a regular Viz logo.
Oh wow!
Oh wow, that's interesting. Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and they've even changed the format now. Now they like technically they still do tankobons like these, but when you see them like this, technically they're now omnibuses, because here
are those
is what the oh yeah, those are omnibuses, but they're like even bigger. It's like those include even more volumes, because this is what the volumes look like now. This is how thin they are. Yeah, wow. This is the most recent English release on Sword and Shield.
That's criminal. Is it over $10?
No, it's actually pretty cheap.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So I don't think they've actually listed a new price point. Like right now it's $4.99.
Okay.
With the Viz price, like the price hikes at Viz, I'm not sure what the new price is going to be, assuming it's getting a new price.
That's not a bad price.
Yeah.
But if it were $10 for that, I'll be like, whoa, hold on.
Yeah, I'm not really going to go too much into the story, because like it's an anthology like JoJo, because like they change up the story and the characters like pretty much every generation.
Okay.
So it's like every time they release a new Pokemon game, or like essentially when they move to a next generation, they switch up the characters, the story, and yeah, it's something completely different. Though I will say it's a lot edgier than the like typical Pokemon anime. Like you can actually see. Yeah, Bowie knows what I'm talking about.
Yep. Some Pokemon just get
the first. Well, actually, supposedly that Arbok survived.
Really?
The one that got chopped in half supposedly survived, because if you see in Heart Gold Soul Silver, you see Agatha's Arbok. Actually, no, not Agatha. Koga's Arbok. In one piece.
Okay.
Oh wow.
It's like
because I was like, oh man, I love this. But I would say the Safari Zone in this story, just I love that chapter so much.
Yeah, the first one is one of my favorites, though I would say, yeah, definitely my favorite is the of all time is the black and white one, like, because that was the one I started on. It was also the first one to, I believe. Actually, no, that was Diamond and Pearl. I was gonna say it was the first one to do all new #1s, but like, never mind. I got confused there.
I gotta check that one.
Yeah,
you gotta blame Bo.
All right.
Most of the people do. All
right, for my first one, I picked it, and I know I talk about this one a lot, but I think it's one of those shonen series that kind of do things a lot differently, and I think it makes the story really interesting, because it combines both like sci-fi with supernatural, and then you've got comedy, and you've got just complete zaniness, and some really interesting characters that are complete opposites of each other that are forced to like kind of work together. And that would be Dan to Dan to Dan.
That was one of my choices too. Because
I just think it's
still so new. It still hasn't won any major awards. Like it wasn't a competition once, so but it got like second place. It was like close, but no cigar.
See, I just love the dynamic of the two main characters because they both believe in different things, and they're both like different social status in the high school. She's more popular, and he's like nerd he wants to like bother with, and then they're just kind of like thrown together to kind of like just because they find out both of them are right, both things exist, and they're battling both of these things. He's dealing with the stuff he never thought he'd believe in, the supernatural, and she's dealing with the stuff she thought she'd never believe with, the alien. It's just great. And then you have the grandmother, who is just this perfect supporting character, plus the little doll, which I'm not going to blow for anybody who hasn't read or soon to watch the anime that's coming out. But I just think it's just not your typical shonen, and I really enjoy it a lot.
Yeah. I will say now, every time I see Turbo Granny, I hear Eartha Kitt's voice from the you know when Yzma turns into the cat.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that voice every time I see Turbo Granny now.
That's awesome. I can see that too. I can hear. I can match those two.
Yeah, I'm super excited for the anime because she's being voiced by the voice actress that plays Luffy.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh nice.
Nice.
And,
I can't wait to see that.
And Serpo, like that, the alien with the banana organ, like code. Dan fans know what that means. That he is being voiced by the actor of Zoro.
Nice.
Oh, interesting.
In Japanese or English?
I hope they do it.
Japanese. They haven't.
Moonbeams is going to be here too.
I don't think they've announced the streaming service yet either. Hopefully it's High Dive because I know High Dive is like pretty good at not censoring their stuff, and
High Dive is
a
amazing.
story that needs to be left uncensored.
Yes.
Bruh, even for that one anime that was like super controversial, what's it called? It's about that. It's in the fantasy setting. The one guy was like abused, and he finds out he went back in time, and it's a.
You listed about 1,000 of them.
What happened?
I know. I was like
redo of Healer.
That's the one. So for that one, I remember getting a notification from them, and they're like, "Hey, censored kind of sucks, and we do have the censored version, but just so you know, we have the uncensored version. If you want to be like that."
There's an uncensored version?
Yeah, High Dive is like one of the rare streaming services where they actually go out of their way to get like an uncensored version of like an anime that they license. Like even if it's not part of like the TV broadcast in Japan, this winter season they actually did that for 2 series. One of them was Matsusehi no Slave, and the other one was Gushing Over Magical Girls.
Yes. And there was the other one. Was it? I don't think the guy's name was Arthur. It was. I don't even know if it's considered a hentai, but it's also in a fantasy setting. Why are they all in fantasy settings? And there's this blonde knight guy, and I think he's the only human there. But because he's the hero, medieval knight, all the girls of like different species are like, "Oh my gosh, I want to have your children," and he's like, "No, I have to save myself for somebody else." And I remember getting the notification saying, "We got the uncensored version, boys," and I'm like, "Gosh dang, you're really working hard, and you're still in the beta. You're still in the beta, charging $4.99 for these animes."
Yeah.
All right,
love High Dive.
Bo, what do you have up next?
Oh shoot, was this supposed to happen? I have Windbreaker. We just saw that it was getting an anime. Really liking this. This is a funny take. If you like Tokyo Revengers, or maybe you thought it was a little too much, I would say this would be Tokyo Revengers Light. It's got a very funny story to it. You have a character who is a delinquent that goes into a new area, a new city or a new town, and comes to find out he's actually kind of welcomed because they welcome their delinquents because they actually protect the city rather than kind of trash it, and they defend it against other delinquents and other gangs.
So how it used to be back in the day.
I've seen that manga promoted a lot on K Manga because I use that app as like I was one of the few people who didn't delete it when it came out.
That should come with with an achievement.
Yeah, it's actually not too bad. It just requires a learning curve. Like I actually haven't paid a cent yet on the app, so
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of a learning curve. You need to learn how to gather the points and like.
That needs to be a video right there. Just like,
yeah,
like here's how I
go for it,
it's
Dan.
like a year in, and I've
already
maybe I will. I just need to find like a good time to release it, because that's one of the hardest parts about being a YouTuber is like you need to have lots of space and also good timing because like stuff can get in the way really quickly. Like originally I was supposed to come on last week, but like with Ari not going, and I also had like something that came up too, so that's why I didn't come on.
Yeah, no worries. I mean,
it happens.
I was thinking it's like he's about to jump on with several people he probably doesn't know. It's like maybe next week.
Yeah.
All right, Bianca.
But,
you there?
Bianca. Okay, so for Bianca, I'm going to choose for her.
Pull up the edgy.
You turd.
Actually, I think it was my turn.
All right, so for Bianca, her
whatever.
The what?
You. Oh, God, no.
Yeah, but I think it was my turn next. So yeah, for the next one, because it still hasn't, though, kind of understandable because it's also really new. Mao. Yeah.
Like,
Mao.
Yeah, this is another one of Rumiko Takahashi's series. This is her most recent series. Yeah, it's like it's a time travel isekai like Inuyasha. However, I will say it is like I think Rumiko Takahashi does a very good job of like making it really different. Like I would say once you get past like the first few chapters, like you can clearly like it goes a very, very different direction. Like for example, the male lead and the female lead, like I'm still like behind, I forget their names all the time. I know Mao because he's the title character. Well, actually, that's not Mao. This is Mao. Yeah. And I believe. Okay, Nanoka. Yes. Thank you. Back description.
You mean best description?
Yeah. Mao and Nanoka actually have the exact same powers. Like, so it's like, which is very different from Inuyasha and Kagome. Also, Mao is a lot darker, I've noticed. Like, it's almost like JJK and Inuyasha had a baby, in a sense. With a little bit of Demon Slayer, I like to say that because it actually technically takes place in the exact same time, like the exact same era of history as Demon Slayer, the Taisho era.
All right. I'm actually kind of surprised on that one.
Try to compare it. Yeah, a lot of people are always like, "Oh, it's just like another Inuyasha," but I didn't feel that way because I've been reading it too, and I think it is definitely darker, and the characters have a different type of dynamic and power set.
I like to describe it as like Jujutsu Kaisen and Inuyasha had a baby. That's what this is.
How many volumes do they have now?
I'm up to date with the volumes. Like I've got all the like, unless volume 16 came out, and I don't know, but yeah, I'm up to date with the volumes. But however, I've only read up to volume 3. Like so. Oh, I'm not necessarily caught up with the story.
Yeah, that one I saw when the first one came out. And then after that, it seemed like every time I went to the store, the next volume was already out. Like, Jesus, they're pumping these things out.
Publishing fast.
Yeah. I'm surprised they don't have an anime.
I'm surprised they haven't announced supposedly one. They are working on one. Like, supposedly it got like the green light a few weeks after the first chapter came out because Rumiko Takahashi is literally that, like, she's that much of a household name.
Yeah.
But like I don't know like the current status on its production. Like I'm not sure if like they've actually entered, like gotten any of the staff, or if they even chose the studio. I just know that Shogakukan has greenlit the anime, and we just need to wait and see whenever it comes out.
Nice. Bianca, did you have anything?
for.
No, I showed you hers.
What?
Oh.
No.
Nah. Okay.
Wait, no, hold
So,
on. I was saying no to him. I can't win. I can't win
B.
nothing. So my next one was Spy X Family. Spy Family, not Spy X Family.
Yeah, it's fun to pronounce the X, so don't worry about how you pronounce it.
I know.
This is so bullying.
I had friends who are not manga readers go, is it Spy X Family or is it just Spy Family? I'm confused.
Hunter X Hunter.
And my brother high road me on that one. It's like you don't you're not supposed to read the X and like.
Yeah, I didn't stop. I actually pronounced the X for the longest time.
Me too.
I actually stopped pronouncing it once I realized, because I watched the anime first. I realized there was an X, like between every word in the each title of the anime episodes. So I figured, okay, I'm probably not supposed to be pronouncing the X.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, but for other series, like I still pronounce the X. Like for XXX Holic, I still pronounce the X because you can't ignore that many X's.
True. Very true.
Yeah, Spy Family's a good one. I like Spy Family.
It deserved
a comedy
award.
Yeah.
All right, my next one is kind of like, there's this theme going on with manga where you have like the gangster who suddenly gets thrown into like a scenario that's completely opposite of who he is. And I know Way of the House Husband's like the more popular one, but I think the Yakuza's Bias is something I feel like should have like more attention and awards, because you're dealing with a guy who's really like deep into like the dark underground, and he kind of like accidentally stumbles across K-pop and finds like this hobby he wants to like that just makes him happy, and he gets right down the rabbit hole, and he's collecting all the posters, he's collecting the cards, he's meeting up with fans to trade merchandise, he's going to all the concerts, he's got the light sticks. And you just see like, in people who work with him in the mafia just kind of notice this change where he's found something that kind of makes him happy. And I just think it's a really great series. If you like Way of the House Husband, I would suggest checking it out.
Nice.
What was the name again?
Yakuza Bias. The Yakuza's Bias.
Yeah. Like,
she's already pre-ordering that one.
Do I like Way of the House Husband? Yes.
Yeah, I think Bogo's next. No.
Yep.
Yes, Bogo's next.
So it's Way of the House Husband.
No. Sora and the House of Monsters.
That's
really
Sora?
I haven't read this yet.
Yeah, really love this one.
I don't think I've
not
heard
that Sora.
One.
Yeah. Not that Sora.
I've never seen that one before.
Really like it. You have it's a fantasy world. You have a young soldier that is ready to dive into the war against monsters, and as soon as she's about to start, then a ceasefire is called. Peace is now on the land. Now, this is a girl that was bent on revenge, spent most of her life training for this moment to start exacting her revenge on monsters when peace is declared. Now she has to kind of go around finding her new thing in life. What's her purpose now? And she comes across a few monsters that go around building houses. And she's kind of, she doesn't trust any kind of monsters. So she's kind of been enjoying, manga's a lot. Love it too. But she's kind of curious about these guys that are going around supposedly building houses for people. But they actually build it for monsters, and they're very unique. The art style is pretty great, and they actually get down to how they make the houses. Like, they build a house for a slime, and they get so much to where they actually show how it gives the slime a bath by going through these different layers of rocks up here. It's actually really pretty fun. It goes into kind of a slice of life kind of thing, but it's very enjoyable, and the detail they go into this is pretty awesome. The story is pretty great. Yes, the schematics are really cool. And you can actually kind of look at everything.
Yeah, so I think it's I think it's my turn now. So my next pick is what I think I actually got Carrie into this one. Kindergarten Wars.
Yes. I love Kindergarten Wars.
Kindergarten Wars.
Heck?
So
Kindergarten
essentially,
Wars?
Kindergarten Wars. Like, I the way I like to describe it to people, like people like to make a lot of comparisons to other series, like Spy X Family. What's another one they like to compare it to? Like stuff up like that. But I personally don't think those are good comparisons. Really, what like the best way to describe it is like it's a Suicide Squad parody. That's exactly what it is.
In kindergarten.
Yeah,
it's like
that's brilliant.
Yeah, it's essentially it's like Suicide Squad meets like that, like it. I like to describe it as Suicide Squad meets Little Monsters, which is like a Hulu movie with Lupita Nyong'o, where she plays like a kindergarten teacher, and like a zombie outbreak happens, but she and the one of the an uncle of one of the kids need to like team up to get rid of all the zombies and get the kids out of there without the kids knowing, which is really similar to Kindergarten Wars because it's about a group of ex-convicts who protect the children like of the world's elite from like assassination without the children knowing. And it's such a creative series, like despite the art being like really simplistic, like it's actually very, very well illustrated. Like the action scenes are incredibly well drawn. Like let me see if I could but it's on manga. Yeah, it's a Manga Plus series.
Manga Plus.
Hopefully we get physical soon. Let me. Here's one image of like this is from the first chapter, of Rita protecting one of the kids. But it can get like super detailed when it wants to, like.
Yeah, and they can't leave the school or it's like Suicide Squad.
Oh no.
There's actually and I love the joke. Like this is how I knew I was gonna like the comedy. The joke in the very first chapter, and it's like an ongoing gag where it's like Rita, like one of the assassins, a male assassin comes in, and Rita interacts with them, and then sees what they look like. And then she's like crushing on them. And then she asks them a bunch of questions and they answer one wrong. And then she kills them. Like it's hysterical. Like literally all this guy said was like I don't watch post-credit scenes and this is what happens.
She takes her post-credit scenes seriously.
Always.
All right, Bianca, what do you have next? Yeah, Kindergarten Cops is on Manga Plus. It's not physical yet, but I hope it is. Because it is.
Yeah, I hope Viz licenses it, or one of the other publishers. Like, it's kind of a free-for-all. Sometimes it's not always Viz.
All right, Bianca.
Oh, sorry. For me, it would be Dr. Stone.
Oh, ooh, nice choice.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to collect them.
So imagine it.
All right, well,
Japan, not only Japan, but the world turned into stone. And out of nowhere, this kid, this high schooler, breaks free. And then frees his friend. And then it's like, it's in the future. What was it, 10,000 years into the future? But I
think so.
Everything is kind of, it went back to its prehistoric roots, minus the dinosaurs. and so they go to a village, and like you see them recreate stuff that was created long time ago, but try to use the items that they have right now that they don't anymore. But then there's also like a turf war because the people they were like bringing back to life from stone, one of them's like, hey, I don't think we should bring everybody back. And they're like, what? And they're like, yeah. Also, you got somebody with muscle, and now I'm also going to get more people with muscle. Prepare yourself.
Yeah, he was the one trying to like. It's good. I haven't finished it. I only read volume 1. I'm trying to get the other volumes. I'm just hoping for a box set.
Yeah. I was going to say, why not just watch the anime?
Yeah, I saw that all of a sudden they were on a pirate ship.
Some of us like to read too.
Yeah, plus,
all right.
So, well, Dr. Stone is not one of these, but there are also times where the anime doesn't cover all of it. Like Yona of the Dawn is one. Right. It's like only one season.
Oh, I know.
So don't say it. Don't say that.
No, he hasn't read it.
No. I say don't get them started on Yona. We'll be here all night.
It's like you're somewhere. Somebody's going, Yona? Did I hear Yona?
Marg.
My next one, speaking of Manga Plus, this was also on Manga Plus with Kindergarten Wars. And I also loved it. And when the minute I heard they were doing a physical copy of it, I picked up, and that would be Marriage Toxin. Ooh. And this is about a guy from an assassin family. He uses poisons to kill people. He's never thought about marriage or love. He's not interested at all. But his sister is being forced to produce an heir, but she's a girlfriend. So that causes a problem there.
Yeah,
so he decides to so he convinces the family that he will be the one to produce an heir. So during one of his missions, he finds this girl who's like a scam artist and convinces her to help him find a suitable match so he can produce an heir. And it's good. I love it. There's a lot of great action sequences in it. This is a guy who's never had really too much interaction with women because he's spent his whole life being an assassin. So you have this girl who's actually trying to kind of like help him with the initial conversations with women, but it's always in these situations like he's gone on a mission, suddenly there just happens to be a woman there who's either held hostage or something, and he's like, hi, how are you? And they're kind of, what the hell is going on? So I would recommend this. It's really hilarious.
Yeah, and there's a very big twist that happens in the second chapter that I'm not gonna ruin.
Ruin it. I'm just kidding.
No.
I don't know. Read it. It's literally free on Manga Plus. That is the great thing about Manga Plus. Everything on there except for the completed titles are free.
Yeah. I'm thinking that twist. I don't know, that let the sales out for me. I'm like, what's this building up to then? Because I thought I knew what was going on and where it was going to go. And I was like, okay, I guess it's not. But all right. No.
Yeah, but it's one of those.
All right, Bo, let's get into the last one.
All right. This one I thought was really funny. And I think went kind of unnoticed. I'm glad that Volume 2 is finally here. I'll be getting that in the mail soon. But Elden Ring was actually pretty funny. It was a hilarious take on the video game. It was surprisingly accurate to the game. So if you ever played it, it has a lot of Easter eggs in there. You have an idiot for an MC who's stumbling through the world of Elden Ring, getting his butt kicked left and right. I think he's enslaved in one chapter. So it's kind of hilarious to see these antics he gets into. But that is it for that one. Yes, Manga's Love. I think it was super funny. Can't wait for the next one.
Dan, you're up next.
Yeah, this is the last one, right?
4.
Yes.
Oh.
No, we're on 5.
On 5? Oh, shoot.
Oh, I only said 3 of mine.
Yeah, this should be your 4th.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so my 4th...
I've counted, I already did.
You have not.
Yeah, I think
I did 3.
We have 2 more, but I'll make this quick because everyone knows this series, Hunter x Hunter.
Woo!
Yeah, surprisingly, Hunter x Hunter, despite how long it is, like also another series that's as old as One Piece, came out on the exact same year. It's never won any awards, or it's like it like at least manga awards. It has a bunch of anime awards, but like 0 like major manga awards. Awards like it's about like even though I'm pretty sure majority of people know what Hunter x Hunter is about, like just crash course, quick crash course. It's essentially about this boy named Gon, who goes on a mission to look for his father, and in the process, he has to, like, in order to look for his father, in order to find out where he is, he needs to become like this group of people, like these special individuals. I'll leave it at that. Called hunters. And he needs to pass the test. He meets a lot of friends on the way, and yeah, that's all I'll get into it because like Hunter x Hunter is like one of those series where you can't give away too much of the premise because if not, it gets really spoilery really fast.
Oh.
All right, Bianca.
I picked My Happy Marriage.
Oh.
It needed some awards.
Good pick. Good pick. You want to add anything?
I don't even remember how many chapters I read, but I'm also gonna watch the anime. Maybe I should. Maybe I should continue. Like,
it's good.
Yeah, that's for me. That's like an Apothecary Diaries, where I have not read the manga or the light novel because it's also based off of a light novel. But I have watched the anime, and I love the anime.
It looks so pretty.
And I'm so glad it got renewed for season 2. Yes.
All right. This one, it's a little different than what I think people expect for something you would consider for an award, but I think it's just one of those just fun, funny, oddball relationships. It's like the odd couple roommate situation. You've got a girl who's completely a mess in life. She's single. She can't keep her house together. She's just kind of like airheaded, and she's highly dependent on her cat.
Me.
Who
never mind.
who goes out of his way to make sure the house is clean, to make sure she gets to work on time, make sure she brings that so he can get his cat food, make sure she gets to different events, make sure that she meets up with the guy he knows that she likes. It's really good. Like, she gets sick, he takes care of her, and he's just kind of like annoyed with it. He comes off kind of like, I got this because this girl's just a mess, but he cares about her in his own way. So the Masterful Cat is depressed again today. I recommend it. It's hilarious. Each chapter is kind of like its own story, but they do kind of intertwine as it goes along. There is an anime on Crunchyroll. But I just find it enjoyable. It's just kind of like one of those warm, fuzzy, chill out type, and I just kind of like the dynamic between the two of them.
All right, cool. Yes.
Thank you, Manga Sloth.
So
yeah,
for mine, I just got the 6th one in. Just came out. Monster Guild, the Dark Lord's No Good Comeback.
This is great.
I have loved this series. You have the Demon Lord going to have to set back to 0. He's starting off in this weak body, and he's working his way back up, and he's realizing the way he was running things was pretty awful, and he's kind of learning to be a better person and a better leader. And I would say the art has been fantastic, and the story has been enjoyable all the way through. It's a different take. Like, you would think this would be about him just not being peaceful and not eating people, but they actually eat other humans, and actually you kind of see it from the monsters.
I don't know. Wouldn't humans also be people?
Huh? No, not. But the art I have really loved so far. action is really great as well, and it gets pretty funny from time to time. But as soon as you get into volume 2, it actually has some pretty serious and brutal moments. So it's kind of all over the place, but in a good way. So I really loved it so far. Can't wait to get into number 6.
Yeah, I got to collect the rest. You got me into it. It's really, really good. I liked it a lot. It's also kind of funny. Like, he's trying to, like, play off that he wasn't that Dark Lord because he looks kind of different. So when he's in situations where they're going on about how horrible he was, he's like, oh, yeah, sounds like a horrible guy. I don't know why he would do those things.
Yeah. All right. So for my last one, since Carrie took one of my choices,
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I made a bunch. As I showed you, I made 2 separate lists. So I have alternate choices. My last choice is Magi.
Okay.
Now this one is it's sort of like an alternate take on. It's very similar to Seven Deadly Sins in terms of its premise, where Seven Deadly Sins is an alternate take on Arthurian legend. The Magi is an alternate take on the 1001 Arabian Nights. Nice. So it essentially is like, so if you know Aladdin, that's also based off of, Aladdin is one of the stories of the 1001 Arabian Nights. Then Sinbad's another one, and there are all characters like all of those are characters here, though really they're nothing like the originals. Like, it's like, that's why I think Seven Deadly Sins is a really spot on comparison, because it's essentially like it features characters named after those, and it also a lot of concepts that are in like the original source material. However, it like does its own thing with it. It's a completely original story. Like, it pretty much just cherry picks concepts and characters and does their own thing with it. I'm not going to get too much into the plotline because it's another Hunter x Hunter where it's like gets really spoilery very fast.
Okay. All right, Bianca.
Yes. So this is actually something I'm starting right now. The manga only has 6 volumes. It's still ongoing. The anime just came out a little bit ago, like last month. So there's only 9 episodes right now, and it's a josei comedy. I'm super excited.
Drum roll, please.
It is called Mr. Villain's Day Off.
Oh, yes. Go ahead,
So, hey,
Bianca. The title explains it, but go on.
I'm sorry. I always feel like I have some sort of dramatic pause that's not needed. Like, why am I like this?
It's fine.
It's not. So let's say you're a villain, and sometimes you just want a day off. Go to the store, hang out at home, do some stuff, And he does fight the Rangers.
Yeah.
And so, those awkward, it's considered an awkward moment when, like, you're out shopping or whatever, and you see your teacher going shopping at the same place, and you're like, no, I gotta leave. I feel like it's kind of like that, but a little bit different. It's more like they're shocked that he actually has a normal life, despite wanting to, I don't know, take over the world. And he has a cute panda. I love the cute panda.
Oh. I don't know. I read that one, and I thought of Way of the House Husband. And when I read
it's not your demographic, Bo.
Yeah, but I already have Way of the House Husband, so I'm just gonna stick with that one.
I don't think it's the same though. He's not a husband.
It's not the exact same story, but it gave me the exact same kind of feel.
Isolated stories.
Yeah, I did enjoy it. It was something to kind of like I said, it's what I come home and relax to. That would be that type of story, and I think that's what Mr. Villain's Day Off would be kind of like. Not really going anywhere, but it is pretty. It's pretty relaxing.
Yeah. You said that they announced an anime adaptation?
Yeah, it was started airing in January.
Really?
It should finish around March.
It's ready out?
Wow,
Yeah, 9 episodes already.
Wow, it must have flown under the radar because I had never heard of the series before now.
I didn't even know it did. Yeah, I haven't even seen a trailer.
I haven't seen the trailer either. I just saw it on Crunchyroll, and I was like, huh, interesting. And then I found out it's a josei.
Yeah, there are some shows on that Crunchyroll likes to promote. Like, Crunchyroll gets a lot of shows, like, every season. However, there are some that they, like, do no advertisement, and they, like, you don't even know they're there.
Yeah. I didn't know that there was another season of Dr. Stone, and I'm like, wait,
I stumbled across stuff in there.
Yeah, I didn't even know that the latest season of Dr. Stone was simuldubbed. Like, that's how bad the marketing was for the last season of Dr. Stone. They had a day and date dub, and I had no idea.
Like
typically, I'm on top of the simuldubs.
Yeah, Ranking of the Kings. I had to hear about it on Twitter, and I looked, and it's like, oh, it's right there. But there was no advertising that I saw anywhere. And I was like, this is actually good.
Oh, on like a bit of a side tangent, I want to say Magi also has an anime. However, we've been waiting for years for it to get a season 3.
I was gonna say season 2.
Yona hasn't even got a season 2.
No, it has a season 2, and it's
Yona.
It's very good. Honestly, I think Magi was one of A1 Pictures' best projects. Like, that was the studio that did it. It's the same studio that does.
Yeah, my brother watched it and was annoyed.
Nice.
Yeah, but it has not, like, it was on Netflix, but I think it left. It should be on Crunchyroll right now, but yeah.
Yes, it is. Because my brother watched and got annoyed that there wasn't a continuation.
Yeah, read the manga.
My brother's not going to do that.
Wordy words.
My final one, I was going to do Apothecary Diaries, Bo Beats of the Punch. So I thought about another series similar to Apothecary Diaries that I think is actually really good and might even slightly be better than Apothecary Diaries. And that is the eccentric doctor of the Moonflower Kingdom.
Never heard of it.
In the same time period. It's set in the same time period, also in like a Chinese type kingdom. It focuses on a prince who's searching for remedies, but he's also trying to avoid one of his, I think it's his stepmother, who's trying to kill him so she can move her son in to become the replacement for the king when the emperor dies. And during one of his travels, he gets attacked and his companion gets wounded, and he stumbles across this doctor, and it happens to be this girl. And she knows all about medications and apothecary, just like the other character does. But there's something mysterious about her, and after she saves his friend's life, he takes her back to the kingdom, and you start getting into some of this mystery and kind of like why she kind of like is different looking than most people, and it's really interesting. I've only read like 2 volumes so far. I've got 3. The art is also really nice. So you got this whole intrigue with the prince and his issues with the family, and then you have her coming in it. So I do recommend it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah. So what's everybody got going on coming up this week with video, maybe in the next few weeks, depending on what your schedules are? Bo?
Yeah.
Are you going after Twitter again?
No, I finally broke down. I will be going back on my word. I will make a manga haul. It would be a great manga haul. It'd be the best player. Okay. No. I found CapCut. It's a new editing software that's free, and so far it's working a lot better than Premiere Pro that what I was using before.
I'm also using CapCut now.
It's
fantastic.
It's again, it blew me away all the stuff I was getting for free and how fluid it is. Like what I mean by that is when you're editing in Premiere Pro, the quality will go down.
I am writing this down.
It'll be real choppy. But when I switch to this thing, there's no downgrade when you're editing, and then when you hit play, there's no degradation in playback. I was like, I love this.
I was talking to an editor, and I was like, okay, see if you can fix this. And they were like, well, what's wrong with it? And I'm like, what do you mean? You don't see anything wrong? And they're like, no, it actually looks pretty good. What software are you using? And I'm like, oh, keep cut.
Nice.
Yeah, looking pretty good so far. So can't wait to try it out. I'm waiting on my last delivery to get here because it's a pretty. I would say this box is probably going to be at least 10, 15 pounds.
Oh wow! For Crunchyroll.
Yep. So far, I'm liking them. Not as great as Right Stuff, but it's all right.
I ordered from Crunchyroll. However, like the last time I ordered, I'm a bit scarred because what happened was that
that's what I'm hearing.
What happened was that I ordered I accidentally ordered the wrong thing. That's the thing. And here's what the weird part was. I reached out to them, not only like, but by the way, they don't even have a phone number set up, which is really weird. Yeah, so essentially you need to be you need to be very diligent and about that, like you need to either do it the customer care chat or their email. It took me 3 days to reach out to them.
Oh.
Yeah. And it wasn't until the email, which they don't even have listed on their website. I need to Google search the email. And even though it was still processing, according to Crunchyroll's policy, I'm not sure if they changed it or whatnot, but according to their policy, apparently, if it's processing for shipping, like it hadn't shipped yet. But if it's processing to shipping, you cannot
cancel.
Yeah, you can't cancel.
So they're
I'm glad I haven't started ordering from them.
Well, I would say
next time I just need to be careful. Next time, don't order something half asleep because that's what happened to me.
I've done that. Okay.
Yeah, I ordered the first volume of Dan to Dan, but I was like, no, because what I wanted to order was Delicious in Dungeon because that manga had recently ended. And I'm trying to lay off the currently ongoing series because I now have gotten to the point where I have a bunch of ongoing series and most of them I have no idea when they're gonna end. So hell, I need to get rid of one. I'm actually dropping 4 Nights of the Apocalypse because not because I don't like it, but because it's just too much.
So far, I've had a good experience with Crunchyroll, except for one thing: the shipping hasn't been consistent as far as the quality. Right Stuff, I mean, you can imagine what it looked like, where you had these separators, so you made sure that the manga was housed, and each one of them was wrapped, or the majority of them were wrapped together. The second one was not like that. The first one was, and I don't know if you can see kind of the dings. But there's dings and marks on some of the anime, some of the manga, and got me a little irritated. But I'm a little too lazy to call them and ask for replacements.
Sounds like my experience with Target.
Oh yeah, even worse.
Oh my god! I ordered my copies of Sailor Moon, which I actually have in the back there. That's that big white cube that you see in my shelf. That is Sailor Moon. First few volumes I got from Target, perfect condition, some of the best condition I had ever gotten manga in. Then the last 2 or 3, it was so beat up, I could not believe it.
Was it? You said it was
one of them
shipped to you?
even had a huge scar on the back of it.
Yeah,
I immediately returned it. It's I was so mad. You would not believe.
Now, is this one you picked up in the store, or is it one that was shipped to you?
One that was shipped to me.
Now, what they do is they throw it on a conveyor belt. Sometimes quite literally, I've seen them kind of do that. They'll throw it on there. So if you're getting something from Target, that's what it's going to look like. So if I get it,
it's like
Target,
Amazon. It's like a risk
in the store.
Yeah, Amazon. Yeah. Let me see.
Okay, Bianca, what do you got coming up on your channel?
I have an interview tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
I got 2 streams tomorrow, actually. One will be on my channel, and then once I'm done with the one on my channel, I'll put in a link in like the chat for the other live stream, which is a person who I've done a couple live streams with, I think last year or 2 years ago. Last time we talked, we did karaoke, and another time we did a food stream, which is what's going to be happening that day also. Talking about food, showing food, how we like the food. It's food.
So you're gonna have an interview stream, and then you're gonna have an after party stream.
Heck yeah!
All right,
nice,
interesting.
All right, yeah. Dan,
I am so glad I DM'd him. I'm like, hey, when can we have a food stream on your channel? I missed that.
Actually a review of season 1 of Oshinoko. I meant to post it way earlier, however, things got in the way. So instead, my goal is to post it before season 2 comes out, which will probably be sometime in the summer. They tend to like to put like the new seasons of a lot of stuff I've noticed in the summer. Like typically the summers consist mostly of new seasons of old anime.
They need to stop that. They need to start working on their old animes because they're catching up with a lot of the new ones that it's like I still haven't gotten there yet. I'm still reading it. It's like go back to the older ones.
Yeah.
More.
Yeah, that's what the summer is typically for.
I am hoping to get my stuff uploaded, hoping to work out whatever this editing issue is. I might be downloading that you just talked about.
Yeah, if it comes with that many free stuff, I might download it too.
Yeah, I would say check it up on YouTube.
But
good stuff.
So Dan, you're always welcome back. Glad to have you on the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I'll see when the next time I can come on is.
Sweet.
Excellent. And we're gonna get going now because unfortunately some of us have to be up 4 a.m.
Yeah, and my battery's about to die, so yeah, I need to go too.
So we're gonna go, and we'll talk to you later. So bye. Good to see everyone.
Bye.
And next Tuesday.